Good afternoon. My name is Olorundare James Kunle. I'm a student of public speaking organized by EDX of Harvard University. This afternoon, I'll be talking about the fourth industrial revolution, and the outline of my speech includes the introduction, then the main body where I will talk about the internet. Then I will also mention the artificial intelligence and robotics, and I will end by talking about value-added services on e-platform. Then I will conclude my presentation. Without wasting time, I would like to let you know that I'm an engineer and I've worked for 20 years. I actually studied electrical and electronics engineering with specialization in communications engineering, and I have worked in the industry with different emphasis on different applications of ICT, so to say. Now to the introduction of my speech. During the Second World War, the United States military was looking for a way to communicate with one another without their enemies snitching on them. And this made them to develop a technology which was known as ARPANET then. And the technology has evolved to what is known as the internet of today. And the internet, as it were, is the basis of the fourth industrial revolution. By definition, the fourth industrial revolution are the disruptive technologies which has evolved from the third industrial revolution with the application of the internet, and this include artificial intelligence, robotics, electronic platforms, and of course the use of the internet. As a matter of fact, the internet is a major part of the fourth industrial revolution, because without the internet, most of the disruptive technologies for the fourth industrial revolution will not work. Now, I will go to talk more about the internet. The internet has so many applications that can be harnessed for the fourth industrial revolution. One of such is the use of the electronic commerce, which of course can easily run on the internet. The electronic commerce is what all of us use nowadays, and now that the COVID-19 is ravaging the world, it is even more important because of the issue of social distancing and lockdown. Because in so many countries, you can't really go out to do your shoppings again. You can't go out to buy things. So what you have to do is to sit in your house and make your request on the internet via the electronic platform. You can buy things on the internet. You can buy things on electronic platforms like the Amazon, Jumia, as it were in Nigeria, or Alibaba, and so on and so forth. And this is part of the fourth industrial revolution, because these are applications that are built on the internet for businesses, and it is really working, and it's very important when it comes to the fourth industrial revolution. Having said that, I would also want to talk about robotics and artificial intelligence, which is also part of the fourth industrial revolution. And these two, most of the time we merge them together, although they are two different things, but they work pari passu, because robotics is based on artificial intelligence. What I mean is that when you develop a robot, it has artificial intelligence embedded into it, and for it to be complete, you can run it online. That is by making sure that your robot can work on connected to the internet. Connected to the internet in the sense that you can use a robot to get information at a particular location, and that information will now be transmitted through the internet to another location. Another example during this COVID-19 pandemic is the use of robots to take temperature of people that are coming in for a particular program, and once that temperature is taken for records, it can be transmitted on the internet to a particular location where it is going to be stored for references. So these are some of the disruptive applications that can run on the internet as part of the fourth industrial revolution. Then we can also talk about value added services, which are also on the electronic platform. Things like augmented realities, game, and virtual realities. Now, some of us are at home because of the lockdown, but after some time, boredom set in, and you are looking for how to catch fun or to do one or two things. So you can play online games, you can go and do virtual reality games so that you can catch fun, and of course, in order to kill boredom. So all these things put together, by the time you look at all these things, these are activities which of course are generating money for companies that develop, let's say for example, a game, because before you can play a game online you have to pay for such game, although there are free games, but of course there are other ones, especially the advanced ones, the more interesting games that you have to pay for before you can play. And of course the internet that I mentioned about and the use of online platforms, you pay for all those services. After purchasing your stuff online, you have to pay, maybe by the use of your credit card or any other electronic money system, so to say. All these things are contributing to the fourth industrial revolution, because now we talk about economic activities that are being harnessed by the internet, and all these things that I've mentioned, they fall under these categories. And if you look at the end-to-end application, it is to make money and to make money moves around, which is the economic aspect of it. And of course, it is the fourth industrial revolutions. And if you look at all of them, you agree with me that they have been developed by different applications, different disruptive technologies coming together, and that is what have made up the fourth industrial revolution. Other applications include the telehealth. Of course, you sit in your house and doctor can attend to you. Doctor in United States can attend to me as I'm in Abuja, Nigeria now. I will go online, get the doctor's appointment, and of course, once I'm online, I talk to the doctor. The doctor will make his prognosis and probably maybe recommend drugs, prescribe drugs that I'm going to use, and I can also do that online. So all these things are applications of the fourth industrial revolution. And the current situation of pandemic now is actually being, ameliorated by the fourth industrial revolution because of all these disruptive technologies that can be used on the internet. Conclusively, we can see that COVID-19 has come and it has changed the way we do businesses, and the fourth industrial revolution has also helped us to be able to fight COVID-19. But I want to conclude by saying that even without the COVID-19, there is no way we can run away from the fourth industrial revolution. An expert once said that data is the oil for the future economy, and that has come to stay. And as a matter of fact, other applications will definitely come, and all these things put together are known as tools or disruptive applications that have made up the fourth industrial revolution. Thank you for listening to my speech. Bye.